The mayor of Lexington has deemed this Beat Tennessee weekend.
Ooh.
College Game Day was even part of the proclamation. We got in there right after one of the whereases. You know, that's a really big deal. You know, the odds to, whereas the odds to win a #1 seed or to get a #1 seed in the tournament, the best chance, Virginia has the best chance, followed by Duke, and Kentucky is sitting there about 27%. Tennessee nearly a 50-50 chance. We've got a top 5 game tonight. What's at stake?
Well, this #1 seed's at stake, and then determining who the best team is. I think we know exactly who Tennessee is. They're a veteran team that's got really good players across the board. They've got great depth. They're an excellent passing team. I don't know that we know who Kentucky is yet, or who Kentucky can be. Like P.J. Washington is emerging as maybe a great player in college basketball. Last 7 games, he's been 21 points a game, shooting over 52%. But I'm not sure we know who they are as a team yet. They can establish that tonight and take a step toward a #1 seed.
So look at this game. If Tennessee wins this game, they're going to be SEC back-to-back champions. If Tennessee wins this game, they're going to be a #1 seed. It's plain and simple. Here's the deal. If we want Kentucky in the conversation for a #1 seed, they have to win this game at home.
I agree.
Playing at home, playing against Tennessee, who's #1, this is a game, if you want to be seriously considered a #1 seed in a Final Four team, you have to win this game.
It's going to be a great matchup between the low-post players. I mean, when you think about Grant Williams, Admiral Schofield going against the likes of P.J. Washington and Reed Travis, it's a big-time game. First off, Kentucky should have been coming into this game on a winning streak. Now, I know we're going to get into that a little bit later. There was a missed call in that game they had against LSU that should have been called the opposite way. But when you think about this game, I mean, there's a #1 seed on the line. And I think we'll get a chance to see Tennessee and Kentucky meet again when they play at Tennessee. And, well, actually, they don't play at Tennessee, correct?
No, they do.
They play at Tennessee,
Yeah.
and then the SEC championship, and maybe in the Elite Eight.
That matchup, you talk about 2 matchups to watch in this game, P.J. Washington and Grant Williams. That is a big boy matchup. I mean, you're talking about if P.J. Washington can attack Grant Williams, get him in foul trouble, it changes the complexion of this game. And the other one, Jordan Bone and Ashton Hagans. The last 5 games, Ashton Hagans has not been good. He's got to step up and guard the ball, keep it out of the lane, and put enough pressure on Tennessee to keep them honest.
Jordan Bone is the best guard in the league. I mean, he is the best point guard in the league. And I think it's by a fair margin. You know, he's averaging almost 7 assists per game. He's top 5 in the NCAA in that. He is unbelievably fast, but he's picking his spots now. And when they go in transition, they'll get 3 guys on the baseline, flatten everything out, and they got 1 guy up top, and he's got all that space to move. And he is really, really good. He's going to be hard to contain in this one.
You know, Kentucky hasn't lost consecutive games in Rupp since John Calipari's arrived. That's never happened. This is just the 11th top 5 matchup in SEC history. Kentucky's been in all of them. This is the first time they've played Tennessee. And I know Tennessee's #1, and deservedly so in terms of the poll. But if you start talking about who's the best team, there is no question who the best team is. Duke is the best team in the country. Duke cannot be beaten. I want you to listen to me. They can lose because anybody can lose. I mean, they lost to Syracuse, they lost to Gonzaga, they should have lost to Louisville the other night. You can't line up and beat them. Tennessee may be #1. You give me Duke or the field, I'll take Duke. They're the best team in the country.
Well, but you're saying they can't be beaten.
Can't be beaten
I don't agree with that.
If they play normally. If they
play normally, they can be beaten. If they play well, they can't be beaten. If they play normally, they can be beaten. They've already been beaten playing well. I mean, Gonzaga beat them.
But they're not the same team now. I don't think they can.
Either is Gonzaga.
I think they can.
I mean, like, Duke is the sexiest team, and Duke's the easy way to say, you know what, Duke's the best team in the country. They came back from 23 at Louisville. All that stuff sounds good. But they also got down 23 points to Louisville. Why? Because in the first 31 minutes, Louisville didn't turn it over. Louisville took them out of transition, and Louisville spread them out and got the shot they wanted. Look, to beat Duke, you can't turn it over. You got to take them out of transition, and you've got to be efficient offensively. Gonzaga can do that,
and
they've done it already.
I agree.
They have to shoot it poorly.
I agree. But how many teams have to play pack line defense? I mean, that's the reason why Louisville, they're bigger guards, but how many teams actually play that style of defense that leads you into gaps and help?
I agree.
Gonzaga?
I agree with you.
Virginia?
I think Duke's the best team. But the idea they can't be beaten and they somehow have to screw up to lose, I don't agree with that.
They have to do something wrong. to me, they have to shoot free throws poorly. They have to have three for 21. They have 3 for 21.
The one thing, though,
like that.
they've got one thing. Like, this freshman class is the best he's ever had. He's had some good ones. And these guys are special. I've not seen their like before. You talk about the Fab Five, and we can argue about how good this team's, these players are going to be in the pros. But the Fab Five wasn't this good when they were freshmen. They weren't this locked in. They weren't this mature. This is the best freshman class he's ever had.
Don't you think the Fab Five played against better players? Because the college basketball was older then.
No.
The best teams in college basketball. You think about the Final Fours the last 3 years?
Everything gets better in America except basketball players. That doesn't.
You get into a subjective argument off that, though. I hear you. But look, if Cam Reddish continues to mature and evolve as a player the way he played at Louisville, if they start hitting on all those cylinders, I would agree with you, RD.
Anybody can lose because anybody can play poorly and lose. Everybody understands that. They just play the normal game. I don't think anybody can line up. Both teams play a normal game, not go over their heads and beat them. They just can't.